Host Aaron here. I am back again with another live video. I want to discuss something to help people who are considered chosen ones. This video is for you. I hope this message really touched many people who's going through this. And I just want to let you know, when you have a certain mantle, or basically when you have a certain mark over your life, basically an anointing, that's what a lot of people call it. When you have certain anointing over your life, it is not easy to carry that for many years of your life. There is a such thing as chosen ones. There is a such thing as those who are different, right? Tonight we're going to talk about how family despises you because you woke up. You woke up. And we're also going to talk about faith. This live probably won't be too long, but we don't know. We'll just go with the flow, right? Those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Aaron. Been on YouTube for almost 4 years now. I dedicate my service to helping many people who were scapegoats, who have suffered tremendously at the hands of family, strangers, friends, and we got to understand this first before we move forward. Everything that they try to do to you, it's all spiritual. So it's the unseen that works against you in the seen, right? It's the unseen that works against you in the seen. Basically, there are things when you are born into a system, into a quarantine zone full of evil on every corner. There's a high percentage or a high chance that you will be targeted. You have a light in a system that's designed to be ruled by darkness, right? And for many years of your life, you will go through being confused. You will go through being confused so many years of your life because you're not going to understand people that well. You're not going to understand your family that well. You're going to question a lot of things. And eventually you're going to come down to a conclusion that's ultimately going to make you make some changes to your environment, right? Understand that if you're struggling right now, you're still surrounded by toxic family members. Have faith. Do not beat yourself up because of that. You are doing the very best that you can to change your life around, but you have to have faith. For some people, you don't get to live life normally like everybody else. Your life is not your own. Your life is in the hands of the Almighty. Your hands is in the life of the Most High. All right? And so when your life is in the hands of the Most High, I'm not saying you should sit down and do nothing, but you must understand that your life ain't going to flow normally like how everybody else do. And besides, a lot of people probably ain't even real people anyways, and we'll get into that. But the main topic I want to start off with is how your family despises you because you woke up. Before you woke up to who your family really is, you had this guilt that you carried throughout the years, that you had to be the one to try to keep the family together. I want to let you know today, that is something that they instilled in you, right? That is something that they instilled in you. But in the midst of you trying to hold the family together, they used you as a scapegoat. They wanted you to be the go-to for every issue and problem that they had, right? And you're only one person. And the reason why they do is because your strength is quite immense as a chosen one. But the problem is you also have physical limitations. You have to remember that you can't go above and beyond for people who will only give you the bare minimum, especially if it's family. You know, your family don't want you to shine. Your family don't want you to get ahead in life. Your family wants to put you in a position where it totally benefits them. And I know how hurtful that is. And when you wake up, because this is important to think about, when you wake up from your own family and how they mistreated you, it is a reality check that most times will rock your world, because you can't ignore it anymore. You can't have any more cognitive dissonance. You see them for who they are. They are fakes. They're jealous. They are sabotagers, right? And like what's her name? The realist RT. Check out her channel, y'all. She always called them witches. She says every family has a witch. Some of y'all have a family full of witches and master manipulators that their whole goal is to keep you under their thumb. So that way you can't let your light shine, and they can't love you the way you expect them to love you. There was another lady, she's a content creator. I seen a video of her earlier. She talked about how her mother keeps doing witchcraft on her because her mother said, "Oh, I didn't receive love growing up, so I don't want you to ever have love. I don't want you to ever have anything." You know, you are not a generational curse breaker if you're constantly trying to continue the cycle of showing non-love. You know, some people are so callous and cold-hearted. They have lost a sense of humanity. They have lost a sense of empathy. You know, but the thing about chosen ones is we've endured the same treatment, but we have not lost that touch, because we know how it feels to not be shown love. We know how it feels to endure such harsh cruelty, but we refuse to be like those kind of people who walk around very cold and calculated, looking for targets, right? And so all I'm saying is, because you don't want to perpetuate the cycle of abuse that your family has been doing to you for such a long time, therefore they despise you, therefore they hate you, they're jealous of you, you cannot trust them, they will turn on you any chance that they get. They will throw you under the bus any chance that they get. Why? Because you woke up. You woke up. You know how important it is to wake up as a chosen one, to see the world around you, to see the people that you've been growing up with for who they really are, how they despise you and hate you because they can't control you like they used to, because you decided to put your foot down, because you decided to set forth extremely strong boundaries. They hate this with a passion. How dare you put up boundaries with us? No, we want you to be who we want you to be. But I'm here to tell you today, you can be who you want to be in terms of how you deal with them. You don't have to deal with them in that crap. And if they don't understand that, you don't have to go back and forth and get them to see the error of their ways. Half of the time, these people are delusional. You know, half of the time, these people are delusional. You know, they expect so much out of you, but they want you to accept the bare minimum, right? They want you to pour out so much attention and love and energy to whatever it is they got going on, while at the same time they being jealous of you, they being copycats, right? When you understand, when you wake up to the fact that a lot of your family members are in demonic stronghold, they're under a strong delusion, and that the master manipulator in your family, the head witches in your family, got them under some sort of spell, the only thing you can do is cut them off and leave them behind. You did you overcome the biggest hurdle in your life when it comes down to family. And that's because you woke up. You woke up and saw the manipulation. You saw how they was using you as a scapegoat, basically a sacrificial lamb for their insatiable needs. Understand one thing about a lot of people, y'all. Hear me well, chosen ones. You cannot please everybody. You could have been the nicest person to your family. You could have been the nicest person to many other people that you met. But if they don't acknowledge the issues that they have within themselves and work on them and learn humility and respect and appreciation for your time, those people will never ever appreciate anything in life. They never will. Right? They will never ever appreciate anything you do. You know, half of the time they won't even say thank you. There are homeless people right now that won't even say thank you for giving them money or buying them food. I know because I ran into a few of them. You would think they'll show some appreciation. No. Then you realize some of them are in the situation because of who they are. You know? And a lot of times that is the fate of a lot of narcissistic people. But I'm going to tell you right now, because you have woken up, there's a major shift that has happened. All the stuff that they try to do to you, all the sacrificing they try to do, they're the ones being sacrificed right now as we speak. They're going through a lot of issues and a lot of problems. Some of them are going through a lot of sickness. Some of them are on their way out, y'all. As I said before on this channel, when you harbor a lot of jealousy and hate towards somebody, especially if that person has done nothing to you, it's like the Most High encapsulate them, surrounds them, and covers them in that hate. It's like throwing a bomb inside of a bathroom and locking the door. Eventually, boom, they're gonna explode. They're gonna explode. You know? All I'm trying to tell you all to do is, now that you have woken up to see who your family is and a lot of other people is, stay out of the way from that explosion. Stay out of the way from that explosion. Because it's coming. You know? Because they don't have control over you, they can't handle that. Do your best to stay out of the way from that explosion. And if you can't get away from it, trust that the Most High will protect you. That they will not harm you in the midst of their explosion. Because they will explode. There's only so much hate that you have until it busts. Because eventually it's going to come pouring out of their skin. It's going to come pouring out of their mouth. It's going to come pouring out of their eyes. Because you're going to look at them one day, you be like, damn, you had this much hate for me? When all I do is mind my business? And I don't allow you to manipulate me or use me the way you used to? Some of us right now have been through so much with family. Family was scratching your car. They was popping your tires. Right? They was stealing your food. They was stealing your clothes. Right? They was stealing your money. They found out you had a job. They're stealing your money too. They had you ripping and running. Yeah, can you go to the store and give me this? Can you go to the store and give me that? Off of your money, they didn't even give you the money. They want you to buy it. This is how messed up, as a chosen one, this is how messed up a lot of people are, especially with family. A lot of people don't have the privilege to say that they have good family. A lot of women don't have the pleasure to say that they have good mothers. They don't have the pleasure to say, yeah, my mother is awesome. Like, she raised me well. She supported me. She never put any man before me. She understood her priorities. You know, there's some sons that don't have the pleasure of saying that they had a good father. They don't have the pleasure of saying that they had a good father. Most people you're going to meet, they're going to say, man, my father was abusive. He was toxic, manipulative. He did not care. You know, some people say my mother did not care. She used to starve us. Some parents will starve their own kids, will have the money for food, but they'd rather spend it on some nails or some hair or the club. And they got kids at home wearing the same diaper for like a week straight. Diaper so nasty and filthy, the baby done caught a nasty rash. But they so ignorant, they telling their baby to shut the hell up. I don't want to hear that. It's about me. Some people don't deserve to have children, you know? But sometimes certain children had to be born, and that's why you had to be born, because you had to be the one to be the difference maker in the world. In the world. Okay? Not just America, in the world. When you have a light, when you are morally straight, and those who don't know what morally straight is, when you have values about yourself, when you have standards about yourself, when you will not compromise for $1 bill, you won't sell your body for $1 bill or things like that. You are one of the very few percent of people in the whole world, not just America, in the whole world. So of course your family's gonna hate you. Of course they're gonna despise you. Of course when they find out you have anything good going for yourself, they're gonna try to find a way to sabotage it. This is not the time to be close to family like that. If you never had a good family, if you didn't have good family in the beginning, don't expect to have good family now. If you did not have good family in the beginning, do not expect to have good family now. Their hatred for you nowadays has grown so large. Some of y'all are gonna see it right there in your face. And I pray that the Most High protects you through that, because nowadays a jealous family member will kill you. A jealous family member, there's no telling what they'll do to you. All that hate, you know. There's a dude, Brother B Miles. Shout out to Brother B Miles. He talks about the black devils. Black devils, man. There's a lot of people in the black community that I know of that do not have good parents. A lot of them are black devils. They are sellouts. All right? It's not limited to race, but as far as like black people, yes, most of us don't have good parents. Some of us are designed to be generational curse breakers, because if you have siblings, right? If you have siblings and they are part of the problem and not the solution, they might as well be called black devils too. Just like the mama, the daddy, the auntie, the cousin. You realize that you're alone a lot of times. They despise you, right? But I'm going to talk about faith. Having faith during these times, right? Understand that your life is not your own. And if your life is not your own, you have to trust the process of your life. You're doing the best that you can. You're moving at the pace that you know how to do. And if somebody comes to you and say, how come you don't have this right now? How come you don't have a house? How come you don't have a car? You know, when I went to the DMV, I think it was sometime last year. When you go to the DMV, you'll be surprised how many people that are older than you that never got a driver's license until in old age. I've seen a few people, like women, men in their 60s, 70s, 50s, just now getting their driver's license. Okay? So why am I telling y'all this? Have faith. The Most High knows where you want to go. The Most High knows where you want to be. But it has to be done in a certain way. When it comes down to the Most High, when it comes down to the universe, everything is calculated. Every step on your journey is calculated. Okay? Especially if you're a chosen one, you're not going to live life like how other people... How many times you try to live life normally? Okay, every job you have so far, how long have you stayed at that job? I'll wait. I guarantee you most of y'all would say I only stayed there for a month or 3 months or maybe 6 months. Why did you leave? Because the people there were so vicious and nasty towards you. They singled you out. They targeted you. They was messing with your pay. They was messing with your hours. Okay? Your life is not your own, y'all. When you try to do things normally like everybody else, it don't work out. See, they can do it because they are part of the world. They can fit right in the trashy kingdom. That's what I like to call it. The trashy kingdom. Where a lot of people are so hateful, so mean, so jealous, no self-control, spiritually possessed by demonic forces, and then you step on the scene with your light and your balance and your divinity, and they have a problem with that. You understand? They have a problem with that. Okay? It's never your fault. It's their fault. It's an issue that they have within themselves, is why you can't really, unless you work certain jobs where you're not around a lot of people. If you have to be around a lot of people, chosen one, understand that they're not going to like you. They're not going to like you. You understand? They never will. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't have this right now, or you ain't where you want to be right now. Trust and have faith that the Most High is still working with you. I'm not saying that you should not do the work. Continue to do the work, you know, but just know everything is calculated. And besides, during these times is looking crazy for a lot of people. You starting to see more people just sitting on the side of the road, just gave up hope, man. A lot of people are suffering right now because of the evil tyranny that we're under the heavy oppression of the system that has been going on for far too long, right? And it's not like people have tried not to fight up against it. It's just that this system, it's very calculated and evil, and it lures people right back to sleep. You know, one thing I don't like is I personally, now, you know, this is just my opinion, I don't like to see black people go up to these president rallies. Like, you shouldn't be black and be shaking hands with Biden. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be black and showing up to a Trump rally. Are you under some sort of spell? What's up? Why you go there? Then wonder why the man rubbing on your arm and stuff. Like, why do you go? Like, wonder why the man sniffing on your children. Like, why? Why do you go? You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that understand the world that you live in and have faith. Have faith that the Creator is on your side. Have faith that the Creator is always with you. Okay? At one step at a time. Everything is calculated. So if you get rejected for something, I'm telling you, you go to job interviews and they reject you, just accept that. You don't want to be in that environment anyways. Nowadays, chosen ones are divinely protected. But the one thing you have to do, you have to watch out for family. You got to watch out for them. Be willing to get rid of them on site. You feel me? On site. All right. Let me look at the comments. Hey, baby, good to see you. Eluvia, hey. Carol Stanhope, okay, good morning. Naomi Solario, okay, hello. Issa Pisa, okay, hey. We're generational curse breakers. Right, Carol, right. Your baby says control isn't love. That's right. Control isn't love. Carol says, when we take the high road and show agape love to our oppressors, God is well pleased. Lead by example. Yeah, but some people you don't want to cast your pearls to the swine. You know, but I understand exactly what you're saying. eBay says like and share. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, welcome. This message is for the chosen ones, for people who really are going through it out here, especially in America, y'all. AZ says, that's true, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your baby says, you can't mend relationships that didn't work. You can't. No matter how hard you try. You know, If your mama didn't love you then, you can't expect them to love you now. If your daddy didn't love you then, you can't expect them to love you now. If your siblings didn't love you then, you cannot expect them to love you now. They are your enemies. You understand? You have to be vigilant. You have to be aware. AZ says, how do I deal with disrespectful people? Me? I would say don't deal with them at all. Only defend yourself if you absolutely necessarily have to. You have to understand one thing about disrespectful, hating ass people. They will never change who they are. It doesn't matter what you do to them. You can shoot up their house. You can beat them up. You can beat up their grandma. They are not going to change who they are. Unless they constantly make the change for themselves, they don't see anything wrong with them. A lot of times they're under a delusion thinking that they're powerful because they're being mean and nasty to people. That's a delusion. That's not real power. Real power is emotional intelligence to understand somebody, to show humility to somebody, to not disrespect them, to be in their shoes and understand them and empathize. That's a real superpower right there. Because you're not so quick to judge and you lose the ego. Right? Baby says facts. Right. Carol says, you're well spoken. God bless you. Hey, thank you, Carol. Rosemary, good to see you. Saw my narc mother today while shopping. After 3 years no contact, I watched her from a distance. It was like seeing somebody that I used to know. Man, that had to been a bit overwhelming for you, but I'm glad you made it out of there, and I'm glad she didn't cross your path harassing you. Right? My family is shit. Stole all my Rick James, alright, stole all my money. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Carol says, when you break away from a cult, they ridicule your good conduct. Yes. It's like they make it seem like everything you ever did for them meant nothing. Why? Because they're jealous, they're hateful, they're insecure. They don't want you to carry a good name. They want you to carry a bad name. They want you to be just like them. Lil Leah says, you're beautiful. Hey, thank you, Lil Leah. Carol says, that is a family that enforces learned helplessness. They don't want you to be self-sufficient. That's right, Carol. They do not want you to be self-sufficient. You're looking at a person who had family cut, put key marks in my car, put nails in my tire. Tell them no telling what else they done did. You know, try to get me to be a slave to them for so many years. But you know what? All I'm saying to the chosen ones tonight, have faith. If you're in a toxic household, because some of my viewers, they're still young. If you're in a toxic household, you have to plan, you have to strategize, you have to understand what you're dealing with. And understand your family can't make you do something that you don't want to do. So if you don't want to be a slave to them, you don't have to be. Because you know they're trying to hold you back. All right? You got to let your light shine, but don't let your light shine around them. They're going to hate on it. They're going to say that you're the problem because you don't want to deal with them because you're putting up boundaries. All right? It's messed up, but do what you can to protect yourself. Huh? Do what you can to protect yourself. All right? Let me get my drink. On this channel, I am encouraging people who are empathic, loving beings who needs to understand what kind of people they're surrounded by to stand up for themselves. You don't have to be a slave to anyone. You know, one of the manipulation tactics, they like to say, oh, come on, you can't do that. That's your mama. That's your daddy. That means nothing, man. Family means nothing if they ain't treating you right. Most of us don't have the privilege that we had a good mom or we had a good dad. But you know what they're going to say? Oh, they tried their best. Yeah, but how did they try their best when they was abusive? When I'm just a child. But you're going to say they tried their best to defend their bullshit? No, we're not doing that. So I'm encouraging you to stand up for yourself. They may call you a rebel, but be strategic. All right? Be strategic. Know where you want to be in life. Pray. Protect your energy. Stay away from their toxic asses. Don't be conformed to their scapegoating ways, and you'll be fine. And have faith. Things will change. It always does. You know, some people's paths are different. Some people reach certain levels in life later on. Some people reach there early but don't know how to maintain it. You know, unless you have the proper family or the proper guidance, you're not going to get the way you want to be right away, because there's some things we had to learn along the way. And that's just the way it is sometimes, you know. Your baby says, this is a great message. Hey, thank you, baby. Carol says, these cult families want to keep us as farmhands and boarders. Right, right. They will never allow you to shine as long as you keep trying to hold on to them. Okay? You have to let your light shine, but you can't let your light shine around them. Because all they're going to try to do is dim it. They got insecurities. They got demons. Okay? And they going to hate on your light every chance that they get. Because they jealous. Because everything they try to do to you, it went right back to them. Because you broke free from that witchcraft. You woke up from that spell. The master witch, the master manipulator don't have control over you anymore. So therefore, they're going to try to get you back in control. But you do what you can and stand firm in your power. Stand firm in your boundaries. You don't have to tolerate anybody's crap. And don't let that family title make you feel guilty, because that's your mama, that's your daddy. You can't leave them. You got to stick by their side. That's your cousin. Who cares, man? Who cares? If they evil, they got to go. If they don't mean you any well, they got to go. It's okay to grieve them, but you got to move forward with your life. Because there's a lot of people right now being held back by their parents, and their parents bullshit, and their siblings bullshit, and they haven't woken up from it yet. But hopefully this video will reach them so they can wake up, move forward, and stand in your power. You know? Stand in your power. Alright? So y'all hit the like button. Y'all subscribe. I hope you enjoy the content. I'm about to get off of here. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Becca, good to see you. Carol, good to see you. E-Baby, good to see you. Laura, good to see you. Little Leah, good to see you. Rick James, good to see you. Rosemary, good to see you. AZ, glad you made it. And Issa Pisa, good to see you. Naomi, good to see you. Alright, y'all. Eluvia, good to see you. And all those who are watching, thank y'all so much for coming on. Y'all hit the subscribe button if you want more content. You know, life is challenging as a chosen one, especially. But when you realize what people really try to do to you, stand firm in your power and don't allow them to do anything that they want to do to you. Because some people are just so delusional, they think that they own you. But you're an adult now. They don't own you. You own you. The Most High owns you. Alright? Listen, I love y'all. Y'all be safe. And we'll chop it up again. Alright? Bye-bye now.